So Instagram was released in 2010. I think that most of us have been using Instagram since it launched. That's 11 years. Okay, hey everybody, welcome to my first official YouTube video. This is my probably like fourth time filming this video. I was just editing it, and I definitely thought that I could do a lot better. So let's just get right into it. I've had this topic on my mind for a while, just because there's a lot of people around me that talk to me a lot about this, because I officially stopped using social media in October of 2020. Obviously, after so many times telling myself that I'm gonna stop using it. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stop using it. I'm gonna stop. But never had that reason to take the initiative to actually delete the app. I'm talking about Instagram specifically because that is the app that I use primarily. But obviously, this could apply to literally any social media app. Most people use several, right? I use Snapchat. I stopped using Snapchat a while before because that app is useless at best. But then I was just using primarily Instagram. So I want to talk about why I decided to stop using it, the struggle to stop using it, the value that you can get when you stop using it, and even if it's something that you should consider. But I do think that a lot of people have this conversation with themselves several times, like, maybe I should lean off using social media, obviously, because the way the apps are designed is to keep you on there, to keep you on scrolling for hours. So a major perspective shift that I got was when I took in just how long we've been using social media for. So let's use Instagram as a primarily as the example for this video. So Instagram was released in 2010. I think that most of us have been using Instagram since it launched. That's 11 years. That's 11 years that we have been using this app on a day-to-day basis, and primarily for entertainment purposes. Let's be serious here. I did not plan on filming this video, guys. I'm so sorry. My head felt clear. I'm drinking the blonde rose, so I'm focused. Who was I? Yeah, so it has become such a strong part of our lives. It influences, just if we've been using it for that long, for 11 years, just imagine the influence that it has on what you eat, what you wear, who you talk to, what you post, the way you view yourself. So this is the main thing that just hit me, like, maybe I should take a break for a while. I thought that I could get a lot of value from it, simply because I don't really know myself or what my daily routine would be without social media. So that was the main perspective shift. The other perspective shift that I had was when I really took a step back and just saw what I was posting on social media. The people that I followed, it was mainly just people that I knew from high school, etc., you know what I mean? So the things that I mainly posted was just selfies, just boring selfies. But I used the story the most. And on my story, my go-to thing was I would dress provocatively. I'd put sexy clothes on because I thought I looked good. I still do think I look good. But I had to ask myself, what am I doing this for? Obviously, when you post pictures like that, there's it's the automatically just, it's like a magnet. It's like men just come into your DMs complimenting you, asking you on dates, just making you feel so good, because I don't know. And obviously that makes you feel good. And it's not like these are people that you want to engage in engage in anything with or pursue anything with, because it's just not. It's just men that are just there to make you feel nice for the moment. And then this gives you like a little bit of it's really windy right now. And it gives you an awesome ego boost. Who doesn't like being complimented? Who doesn't? I feel like most females can relate to this. Like most females. So I was like, what am I doing this for? It just got to a point that it just became so repetitive. You know, that you would get that little ego boost and then like it'd be gone, and now you're bored at home, and then you just do it again, and then it entertains you for the moment. And it just became so repetitive and so boring and so unstimulating that I just reached a point that I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be this kind of person that just seeks this kind of validation. I want to seek it in other ways, in more stimulating ways, in more interesting ways. So I'm telling you this because I want to save you that time. Because for me, it was like I did it for so long that I just reached that point. So maybe from hearing my experiences, you could say, yeah, I do relate to this. In fact, and maybe it is something that I can see happening for me. You know, reaching that point or just becoming so repetitive. Or maybe this just allows you to see the pattern or the relationship that you have with social media. There could be a lot of things that you may be putting off, like a lot of like hobbies, things that you've been wanting to try because you see it on social media and you think, oh my God, that's super cool. Like I know I'd be good at this, or even I just want to try this, right? There could be things that you could be putting off, not just to be on social media, but social media is just such a big distraction that it actually doesn't allow you to see certain things, if that makes sense. It takes up so much of your time that you just think that you're always busy. But realistically, you know that you're not as busy as you tell yourself that you are. You know that you could make this kind of effort to make time, right? So if you're getting no real value out of using social media, if you're not using it to network, if you're not using it to get customers or to portray or to showcase your business or showcase your art, I don't really see any value in it. It's just a bottomless pit of endless scrolling, seeing people with the same outfits on, the same captions. It's the same thing over and over and over and over again. And I think that there's a lot of trends, short-lived trends, that make it seem exciting and like there's something new always coming up, but realistically it's the same thing just recycling itself, that just keeps you attracted to that. I told my friends, I was like, yeah, I'm quitting social media, and they're like, okay, like, you know, you'll be back in a couple days or whatever. And I knew that I wasn't gonna be, because I just knew it. So I eventually just stopped telling people. I just did it, you know what I mean? And I never returned. I never had that longing to return. But this might not be the situation for a lot of people. A lot of people might feel like, you know, they delete it and they might feel this longing the first couple of days, like this kind of itch to just download the app. They're bored, their hands are like jittery because they don't have this to do. You might have that kind of uncomfortable feeling because what you are doing, it's such a strong habit and you're breaking it, especially if you're doing it cold turkey. You're like, you know what, I'm gonna stop. Obviously, your body's gonna feel uncomfortable because you're doing something that you're not used to doing. But that's completely fine. Know that that's completely normal and it will go away. Especially if you have your reason. That was also, right? My reason.
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
I just explained the reason.
What was the reason, bitch?
Obviously, I just like went through them. You have to have a reason. If you don't have a reason, it's very hard to break out of very strong habits. You have to have a reason. Yeah, so when I officially stopped, like when I deleted it, it wasn't like this, and I didn't go back for 2 weeks or a month or whatever. It wasn't like this, like this crazy thing. You think because it's such a big thing that you're doing. It was very subtle. It's like my life was the same. My life was the same, but there was also this calming feeling that you get when you're not constantly comparing, even subconsciously, when you scroll and you look at people that look so beautiful and nice and have all these things that maybe you want or you don't have. There's this constant, even like I said, even if it's not conscious, there's this subconscious comparing that you do that is very harmful. Because like we all know, everything on social media is fake. Everything is staged. Everything is fake. So when you're comparing yourself to something that's not even real, it does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage. It doesn't allow you to see yourself fully for who you are and then build off of that. I can't do this. If you want to get to know yourself on another level that maybe that you feel that you have been lacking or you haven't gotten access to, I think this is a really great point to start. I think this is a great place to start. And not only will it give you more time with yourself, and allow you that space to feel comfortable with being with yourself, then you have nothing to build off of, right? You have nothing to build off of. It also gives you this sort of discipline that you can apply to so many other areas in your life. So an example, I stopped doing social media, so it's like what now? It's almost June, so it's been a couple months. I have no interest in going back. Like it's literally like I logged in the other day just see if anybody messaged me. Nobody messaged me, by the way. Like it's been like months and nobody on there messaged me, right? So like I know none of these people are my actual peers or friends, right? If they were my actual friends, I would just text them or call them, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, and it was so unappealing. I logged in, it was so unappealing. I scrolled for like 2 seconds. I'm like, it's like it was the same thing that I was seeing back then. It was the same thing. So I had no desire to return. But discipline, this is just a small example. So I downloaded TikTok because I wanted to start posting stuff. And TikTok is even more addicting than Instagram because everything is so fast. And the video, they have some good content on TikTok. Like, it's good, it's funny. Like, I really enjoy it. But I caught myself one day swiping at that thing for like several hours. You know, even so much so that guy popped up, said, "Hey, you've been scrolling for a really long time. Why don't you take a drink, take a nap, get something to eat, and then why don't you come back later?" And then I looked at the clock and I noticed I was on that for like 3 hours. So when that happened, I allowed myself to just delete the app. It's been like 10 days since I deleted it. I'll get back when I have new ideas on what to post, then I'll get back on it. But it allows you it gives you that awareness to call yourself out on shit like that, right? Because your time is valuable. Your time is valuable. Like, it depends, obviously it depends, but I'd rather just spend time with myself than just constant scrolling. Like, scrolling is okay, right? But when you're doing it on a daily basis and it's so habitual, the value that you're gonna get is it peaks, right? It shouldn't be anything more than just entertainment purposes. So ask yourself these kind of questions. If it is something that you're interested in, ask yourself, are you getting any real value out of it? Like, what do you get from, if you post a lot, ask yourself, what do you get from it? What are you trying to show? What makes it important to you? And if you can't find like a good strong answer, like, yeah, you know what, like it makes me connect with my family, like that kind of stuff, then it's probably a good idea to take a step back. Just take a step back and try new things. I personally think that there's no harm that can be done by not using social media. Let me see if I have any other questions written down. So, what did I say? Are you getting any real value out of it? Are you doing it for validation purposes? Are there any other things that you have been wanting to pursue that you have been putting off that you can use as a replacement for social media, right? So you're not so maybe so bored, or so your thoughts aren't so taken over by the thought of using social media, right? Especially now, like I can't even imagine that since the lockdown, when like it's been over a year, like people probably took onto social media to be more entertained, right? Because now we have so much more spare time. Now we are connecting with the friends that we used to so much less. So now we're probably looking at our internet friends. We're probably looking at memes and at videos to just keep us entertained and stimulated. But I am here to tell you that there are better ways and more rewarding and valuable ways to be stimulated. Learn a hobby, dude. Like, learn a flippin' hobby. Whatever, like we're human beings. We have a lot of interests. We're curious creatures. So allow yourself to dive into that little curious part into your brain that has been telling you, maybe even if it's a little quiet voice, hey, I wanna try this. I think I'd be good at this. I wanna try cooking. I want to try maybe getting better at conversation. Like, I want to read a book that that people have said is really good, or that I know that will bring value to me. You know, reading always seems boring until you actually open the book and read for like 5 minutes, and then you're like really into it. I think so. It always seems like, oh, now I have to read, and then you like literally, and then you open the book, and then you smell it. So the smell of a book is so nice. So satisfying. The personality of a shattered soul is unaware. There is a continual interaction between your personality and your soul. The question is, are you aware of it or are you not? Ooh, random page that I just opened up. If you're not aware of it, then it is not direct. It is indirect, through having to move its current through the density of doubt, through the density of an unawareness. Okay, you lost me. Ask yourself these questions. Allow yourself to be honest with yourself. I think that's the most important thing. Okay, that's did I say welcome to my first YouTube video? I don't even know if I did an intro. Welcome to my first YouTube video, guys. Thank you. Yes, this is a cute shirt. It's very like abstract. I got my friends to design it for me. But guys, if you have any input, any questions that you think would add, anybody else that's looking at this, if you think it would add any value or allow them to come to like a certain conclusion, like feel free to comment it. Feel free to comment your opinion, your struggles, whatever. I am starting this YouTube video with 0 subscribers. So if you do see this, I would really, really, really appreciate it if you guys would like subscribe or like it or even comment, whatever. Even if you enjoyed it or not, just let me know. I do have a lot of other topics that I want to dive into in future videos. So if you have any interest or if you like my point of view, just let me know. And yeah, thank you so much if you stayed till the end. You're a real one. You're a very, 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 very real one. So thank you so much, guys, okay? Bye.